Mozilla's pronouncements around AI are incredibly confusing if you take what they say at face value. Mozilla is telling us to not trust big tech AI and to not rent our models, all while they do exactly that. Mozilla doesn't have an instance of Gemini running on Mozilla servers overriding human contributions. They're paying Google to rent their model. Mozilla says that Mozilla translations are open source, but they are built exactly the same way that Google's models are built, scraping of copyrighted content without payment or permission. Mozilla says that they are building a rebel alliance to take on industry heavyweights, all while integrating them directly in the browser. In an interview with The Guardian, CEO Enzo Di Maio declined to be transparent about how much the partnerships with AI companies are worth to Mozilla. "I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'd guess that Mozilla is expecting to get back more than the $1.4 billion they're pouring into AI. Given that context, Mozilla's investment in the so-called Rebel Alliance seems more like the biblical concept of indulgences, a way to reduce the punishment from committed sins. Mozilla can partner with as many big tech companies that do as much damage to the world as they want, as long as they take some of that dirty cash and put it towards some meaningless quote-unquote good projects. It doesn't matter that the investment is unlikely to be fruitful. The point of the investment isn't to be successful. It is to forgive Mozilla for doing bad things. Mozilla wouldn't need to pour good money after bad around open source AI if they were actually implementing open AI solutions in-house. What seems to be happening instead is that they are partnering with the closed source big tech AI pirates and spending some of the proceeds to wash themselves clean of the stain of copyright theft. While Mozilla pitches the AI kill switch as an exercise in user choice, it reveals itself to be a Hobson's choice. Take it or leave it. If we accept that Firefox becoming an AI browser will necessarily mean that Mozilla will focus less on web platform or even browser features that don't rely on copyright infringement, users have no choice but to leave it. The kill switch doesn't change that Mozilla is partnering with copyright pirates, thereby endorsing their behavior and getting paid for it. It doesn't change that Mozilla is shipping AI models built on piracy in Firefox proper, no matter if it is optional or not, or if we call it AI or not. The kill switch also doesn't change the betrayal of loyal community members whose contributions are being removed in favor of big tech slop. In all of these cases, Mozilla had choices. They could have chosen to allow community members to opt into translation suggestions, like exists for Firefox in Mozilla Pontoon, instead of forcing community members to play catch-up as slop overwrites human contributions. They could have partnered with their community to help develop an open corpus like they had for Common Voice in order to power a new translation engine. The existing localizations on Support Mozilla could have been used to kickstart model creation, and volunteers could have worked with developers to tune models to ease localization work for contributors. Rather than needing to correct the same errors over and over again, since paid Gemini queries don't train the model, contributors could have been actively assisting in training an open model. Instead, Mozilla ignored the community and partnered with slop-generating pirates. They could have instead taken that money and spent it on anything else, even homegrown AI. If AI is as amazing as advertised, Mozilla should be able to take that $1.4 billion that they're planning on pouring down the drain and instead turn it into hundreds of billions of dollars. Just think, in just 5 short years, Anthropic went from non-existing to being worth over $300 billion. Is Mozilla taking home nearly that much money to secure its future, or is AI simply another way to sell the Firefox audience to big tech? The kill switch exists as a way to distract us from the larger questions surrounding AI in Firefox. By building it, Mozilla makes AI your responsibility. You choose to use it. Mozilla's agency never enters the picture. We aren't going to ask how much the AI companies are paying Mozilla for the privilege of advertising to Firefox users and gathering their data. We won't deign to question whether Mozilla shipping pirated models in Firefox is something we ought to be concerned about. Firefox users can disable it, so Mozilla is off the hook. AI products seem to generally serve as an accountability sink, a way to absorb or obscure the consequences of a decision such that no one can be held directly accountable for it. The AI kill switch is a fantastic example of an accountability sink, since by providing users with the option, the users are now the ones accountable. Mozilla can point to the switch and wash themselves of accountability and responsibility. Mozilla isn't responsible for your use of its AI. And that is the point.